Hello guys, my name is Francis Benart, and we're gonna make pie crust. Okay, the utilities that we're gonna use and also the things we're gonna use is a bowl, a whisk if you have one, a fork, a sifter, rolling pin, and the little thing, the pie pan. And then now we're gonna also use water, butter, salt, and then all-purpose flour for this recipe. Okay, now we're gonna start on making it. Now we have to sift the flour before we add the other stuff, so it doesn't have like big chunks of flour in it. So we're gonna one by one. So let's do this because there's a lot of flour, so we have to do one by one. Wait. We have to pass that to the sift like another time, I think. Okay, let's do the last ones. Okay, now we have our all-purpose flour ready. We're done. And then now we can add the salt. This is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Add that. And now we're gonna add the butter. 1/4 cup of butter. Now we use a whisk to mix this. To make the like butter to like pebbles into the flour. Now it's almost done, but not that done. It takes a long time to do this because it's hard work for pastry chefs to do it. You can also use a fork, but if you have a wire whisk, it could be much easier if you have a wire whisk. It's so simple and easy to do if you have this. You don't need to like work a bit, but it will cost you money to buy one. But if you're on low budget, you can use a fork or anything, but I recommend a fork if you don't have that much money. You can also use a food processor, but the electricity, it's gonna use so much of this electricity.
There you go.
Okay, now we're done. Now we can add the water. The 3 tablespoons of water. Now we can mix this. We have to flour our hands so it doesn't stick to my hands. Just use this. There's already one. Now we flour our hands and then mix. You should start mixing. You will stop mixing until it is combined, and you must not over mix it. That's one thing. If you over mix it, it's gonna be tough and not tender. So yeah, you have to like when it forms the dough and not sticky anymore, I think. We don't want to over knead it because it's gonna get tough. So this is done now. Now we can move to the next. Now we're in the last step or the second one. It's the second to last step now. We need to flour our board, so we have to spread some flour around here. Also flour our hands so we can knead it. Also flour our rolling pin. We can grab the dough a little bit. Okay, just cover that with flour, and then you roll it until a size that is presumably good for the size of the pan. It has to be bigger than the pan, like an inch bigger than the pan, and it has to be uniformly thick. You have to roll it each side to make it a shape to a circle. Whoops. See, there means it's sticky. It's our flour. Now, it's not sticking. If there's extra dough, you can make it. You can make like miniature pies, like miniature pies, just like miniature pies. Okay, now we're gonna transfer this now, and we have to check. We have to be bigger. Okay, now we have to transfer this. Okay. Okay, now there you go. The pastry is a bit thick, but not that thick enough, but it's okay. There. And then press it to the edges so there's no pockets of air. Now, you can now design the edges as well. Okay, now we're gonna take off the excess flour, the excess dough off the. If you have a tin like this, there's like already a design, so it's easier like this. You can just press your fingers on it, and then you'll cut and something in there. Now you have a pie crust. Now we take our fork, and then this step is called pricking it. It's just basically poking holes onto the pie crust. Just poking holes in the pie crust so it will cook evenly. You can also poke the sides of this so it also cooks there, and then extra moisture can escape or something. Now it's done. You can now bake this, pre-bake this, and then get your filling and then fill it up. And if you have extra dough like this, you can make miniature ones, like I said, from the other, like panina. Well, that's done. I'll be signing out. See you on the next one.